We're turning now to the 2024 election.
All eyes on Colorado after yesterday's bombshell ruling that would bar former President Trump from appearing on the state's primary ballot.
Fox 5's Sharon Crowley joins us now in studio. And Sharon, we're waiting to see how and if the U.S. Supreme Court will get involved.
Yeah, and in fact, we don't know yet, but we do expect to find out very soon, Natasha. Republican frontrunner, former President Donald Trump and his legal team are fighting to make sure he stays on the ballot in Colorado in the primary there. His team says they plan to file appeal with the U.S. Supreme Court in an effort to block Colorado's decision. Now, the Colorado State Supreme Court reversing a lower court ruling deciding that Trump should be disqualified from participating in the state primary. The Colorado court barring Trump for his role in the U.S. Capitol insurrection on January 6th. Now, the justice is citing Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, and that prohibits anyone who swore an oath to support the Constitution and then engaged in insurrection against it from holding office. Now, Trump's team planning to file an appeal, as we said. James Sample is a constitutional law expert at Hofstra University.
I think there is a very high likelihood that the U.S. Supreme Court will take up the issues presented by the Colorado Supreme Court ruling. Predicting what this court will do on a matter of this nature is difficult, and whatever the Supreme Court decides will have far-reaching ramifications in a number of other states where Mr. Trump is facing similar challenges in terms of ballot access because of the 14th Amendment and Section 3, which prevents those who have engaged in insurrection from holding federal office.
So this ruling out of Colorado coming just as Trump's legal team trying to prevent the Supreme Court from getting involved in another legal matter. Special counsel Jack Smith, who's in charge of the probe into all of Trump's efforts to overturn the results of the 2020 election, has asked the high court to quickly consider Trump's claims that he enjoys immunity from prosecution as a former president. Trump's lawyers told the Supreme Court today that there was no reason for them to take up the matter now, especially because a lower appeals court in Washington is already considering the same question and has something scheduled for January 9th.
The president is immune while in office from certain forms of process, but a former president is a citizen. And just because the individual was a president at one time does not give them a forever get out of jail free card that protects them from any and all criminal prosecutions.
Now, quickly back to that Colorado Republican primary. We are still getting a lot of reaction tonight, including from Trump's rivals, who say voters should be able to decide. The Colorado Republican Party also threatening to withdraw from the state's primary election and move to a caucus system if the ruling against Trump stands. Steve and Natasha?
All right, thanks, Sharon.